Entity Nail Couture. Our signature line of liquids and powders sets the industry standard with the most vibrant pinks, the whitest whites, and everything in between to complement a woman's skin tone and suit her preferences perfectly. A sculpting system designed to meet both the needs of the artist and the demands of the salon. Our exclusive formulas apply the latest technology, innovative science, and years of expertise. Entity Beauty's family of powders and liquids are formulated to perform perfectly together. Let's take a look at the Entity Acrylic system in action as we demonstrate how to sculpt on a form featuring nail artist Lorena Marquez. Preparation. Sanitize both yours and your client's hands before beginning any nail service. Gently slide the pusher along the nail plate towards the eponychium to loosen cuticle. Use the straight edge end of the pusher to remove loosened cuticle from nail plate, including along the lateral walls where it can hide and cause lifting. Shape the free edge of the natural nail using the detailer or refiner. Shaping the free edge will allow for proper fit of the form. Gently remove the surface shine from the natural nail using the refiner or detailer. Follow in the direction of nail growth. Use a dry manicure brush to remove dust and debris from the entire nail surface. Be sure to double-check the lateral folds and cuticle area. Contaminants left in these areas will cause lifting. Cleanse and dehydrate the surface of the nail by scrubbing the nail plate with natural nail prep and a brush wipe. Apply a very thin coat of Entity Nail Primer or New Bond non-acid primer. Dip brush and press against the edge of the bottle to drain. Starting with the thumb, apply one coat to each nail, being sure to avoid contact with the surrounding skin. Apply to one hand at a time prior to product application to avoid contamination. Form fit. While holding both sides of the sculpting form, gently roll back and forth to begin shaping form into desired C-curve. Place form securely against the free edge of the natural nail. Create the C-curve and secure by pressing form along lateral walls and pinching the front tabs. Secure the rear tab by pinching together or opening up to accommodate finger size. View fit of the form by looking down the barrel. To avoid seepage, the form should fit tightly against the free edge of the natural nail. Product application. The perfect bead. Begin by conditioning and preparing your sculpting brush before each client. Submerge the hairs of the brush in sculpting liquid. Remove the liquid and begin to shape the tip by repeatedly wiping on your brush wipe. Repeat several times. Gently touch the tip of the brush into the sculpting powder to create a bead. The bead should be smooth, round, and have a frosted satin finish. Product application. Extension edge. When working with white sculpting powder, touch the tip of the brush into the powder to create a bead. Gently press the back of the brush on a brush wipe. Removing any excess liquid from the brush will ensure that the bead will remain a medium dry consistency. Place the bead of white onto the form in the middle of what will become the extension edge. Be sure that the bead does not touch the natural free edge. This will allow for precise placement of the smile line. Begin to create the smile line by pushing the product up to the natural free edge and working it towards one side. Create the width, length, and thickness of the extension edge as you work over creating the opposite side of the smile line. Clean and define along the sidewalls of the extension edge by using the body of the brush to push the product back towards the center, aligning it with the grid line on the form that runs parallel to the lateral walls of the natural nail. Smooth the entire extension edge by lightly brushing and patting the product from side to side. View the nail down the barrel while patting to ensure that the product is even in thickness from sidewall to sidewall. Define the crispness of the smile line by shaping the tip of the brush into a point on a brush wipe. Use this point along the back side of the smile line to tap and tuck the product into place. This should create a tiny ledge that will act as a barrier, keeping any pink product from being dragged over the smile line. To finish the smile line and create dramatic corners, use the very tip of the brush to place a tiny bead of product in the upper corners and lightly blend into the smile line. Use the brush in a point to tap, tuck, and define the smile line and flatten brush to refine along the lateral walls. View the nail down the barrel and use the body of the brush to pat the extension edge from sidewall to sidewall to ensure that the product is even in thickness. Smooth and feather the product starting along the smile line down towards the free edge. The ledge along the smile line should have its highest point in the center and taper thin towards the corners and free edge. Product application. Stress area. Place a bead of pink in the middle of the natural nail slightly above the smile line. This will be the highest point or apex of the finished nail and should be centered between the cuticle area and free edge to give the nail a balanced look and provide extra strength. Use a light touch and a flattened brush to work the product from side to side, being sure to rotate the angle of your brush as you work. Gently work the product up to, but not over the smile line. View the nail down the barrel and use the body of the brush to pat the product from sidewall to sidewall to ensure that the surface of the product is smooth and tapers down from the apex in all directions. Product application. Cuticle area. Place a small bead of pink directly below the eponychium but not touching. Holding the brush with the tip angled towards the eponychium, tap the product along the cuticle area, being sure not to touch the skin. Feather the remaining product towards the stress area. Molding the C-curve. Once the product begins to set and you have removed the form, if needed, you can gently mold the extension edge using both thumbnails to create a more consistent C-curve. Place thumbs slightly below the lateral folds along both sides of the extension edge. Apply gentle, even pressure for about 30 seconds. Using a perfect curve sculpting tool, check down the barrel of each nail while applying pressure to ensure that the degree of each C-curve is consistent from sidewall to sidewall and also nail to nail. Shape and perfect. Use the shaper or retoucher to define the perimeter of all 10 nails. File along the lateral walls of each nail. Be sure that the line runs straight from the cuticle area to the free edge. Flip the hand over with fingers facing forward to ensure that the length and side walls are consistent from nail to nail. To define your lower arch, gently pull down the lateral fold and define the sides of the extension edge, tapering slightly towards the free edge. Starting along the center of the cuticle area, use the refiner or detailer slightly angled toward the eponychium to blend the cuticle area into the lower arch. Change directions and file from the free edge back towards the apex. Use rounded motions along the sides of the free edge, working towards the center of the nail. This will ensure that the nail is thin, even, and tapered from sidewall to sidewall. To avoid flat spots, use your opposite hand to rotate and swivel the finger from side to side as you file. Continue using long fluid strokes down the length of the nail, starting at the cuticle area towards the free edge, making sure that the product tapers in all directions from the apex. Switch to the perfector and repeat each of the 3 previous steps. Switch to the buffer and repeat each of the 3 previous steps. Use the green side of the shiner and repeat each of the filing steps. Flip the shiner over and continue to buff more rapidly, covering the entire surface to bring the nail to a high gloss shine. Protect. Finish the service by massaging cuticle oil into the nail and surrounding skin. The oil will penetrate the nail, helping to speed the rate of cure and provide a protective cushioning within the nail itself to help prevent breakage. Entity's Nail Couture is redefining perfection. Our low-odor, cosmetic-quality products contain only the purest ingredients, developed with innovative science and manufacturing processes to achieve unsurpassed workability and durability. You can be confident telling your clients that you have selected only the finest professional system of products to create the most beautiful, durable results. For more information, visit our website at entitybeauty.com. Entity Beauty, more than a nail care line, it's a revolution.